What is March Madness? Why do I keep seeing it on my timeline? Why is everyone talking about UConn and Duke? And why is everyone using the term Cinderella? Walk with me. I got you. March Madness is the biggest tournament for college basketball for the men and the women. 68 teams enter and it's a single game elimination. So one loss and you're done. Season over. What? And that's where the madness comes in because it's a lot of pressure. You see a lot of buzzer beater shots, deep threes, and a lot of players taking a risk to keep their season alive. As the tournament continues, the field starts to shrink, right? And it goes to something that we call Sweet 16, which is 16 teams left, and then it goes to the Elite 8 teams left, and then Final Four, which is 4 last teams fighting for their lives to make it to the national championship. This is where the term Cinderella comes into play. Cinderella means when a lower seeded team or player does something super unexpected and extravagant to the point that it's making it on the headlines. And without this March Madness, we would have never heard of them or talked about them as much as we would be doing now. Now let's apply all of this information for what's going on this year. Both the men's and the women's team are in their Final Four. On the men's side, we have UConn, right? They're heading to the Final Four because of a Cinderella story. A freshman, Braylon Mullins, I believe is how you say his last name, hit a deep buzzer-beating 3-point shot, sealed the comeback win. We have Illinois that's back in the Final Four, and the last time they were in the Final Four was 2005. So big deal for the Illinois team after that 71-59 win over Iowa. Michigan fought their way in a tough Elite 8 win over Tennessee. And then Arizona returns to the Final Four, and the last time they've been in the Final Four was 2001. There's something beautiful about this team. On the women's side, we obviously have UConn, which is a pretty well-known team to be very dominant, especially in the March Madness era and previous championship winners. They're back in the Final Four, not without the challenges from Notre Dame because of a star named Hannah Hidalgo. She was putting them to work and giving them some serious problems, but UConn was still able to get that win. But y'all need to still look out for Hannah from Notre Dame. She's amazing. UCLA also secured their Final Four spot with a win of 70-58, led by the dominant center Lauren Betts, another player to look out for in the future. Amazing. South Carolina showed how powerful they are, blowing out their opponent 103-34 in one of the most dominant performances that we've seen in the tournament so far. Texas powered through with a 77-41 win over Michigan to punch their ticket to the Final Four. You know, I know that was a lot of names, numbers, etc., but if you haven't been following up with March Madness, I suggest that you do now because let me tell y'all something. Final Four is the best time of the tournament. But with that being said, who do you guys think is going to make it to the national championships this year? Y'all put your teams in the comments below.